Greetings everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're gonna go over the reason why I believe that using a rinseless solution for your contact wash might be the most efficient way to wash your car. So let's get right into it. The 3 reasons why using a rinseless wash for your contact wash may be more efficient is number 1, because you're shaving off one whole step, which is rinsing at the end. So at the end, we don't have to rinse, we're getting rid of that step, we're just washing and drying right after. So it's more efficient. And number 2 is we don't have to use a drying aid because the rinseless solution is a drying aid of itself. And number 3 is we're preserving more water. We're using less water because we're not rinsing at the end. So if you're a mobile detailer and you have a limited amount of water in your water tank, then it can be very beneficial for you. Okay, so we're gonna start with the wheels first. And this car doesn't get driven a lot and also stays inside the garage and it gets washed often. So the wheels and the brake dust on the wheels is not that bad. So we're just gonna use our traditional soap that we're gonna use for the paint. We're gonna use it to clean the wheels and tires as well. So we're gonna use Incredible Suds here in our foam cannon. And again, because it's a very light layer of brake dust, I'm just gonna pre-rinse it because it just has a very minor layer. So now we're gonna use our soap. So first we're gonna start in the wheelbarrows inside the wheel, and we're gonna use this wheelbarrow brush. So this one's really nice to get inside the wheel so we can clean inside here. And this is one of the things that, among many other things, that separates your traditional car wash, like just a car wash, especially those drive-through ones, and a detail. In a car wash, they're not gonna clean inside your wheel because they can't get inside of it. So basically what happens is brake dust starts accumulating, and then that accumulation gets bonded to the wheel. And then over time, if you've never cleaned it and over the years, that brake dust accumulation starts corroding your wheel, or can start corroding your wheel, and it becomes way more difficult to remove if you don't clean it at all. So it's one of the differences between a car wash and a detail. Now we're gonna take our tire brush, get the lip of the tire, and this tire brush from Detail Factory, I think it's the best one in the industry because the bristles are medium, like they're not too stiff where it becomes hard to maneuver it, and they're not too brittle or too like soft where it doesn't have enough cleaning power. So it's like, it's got the perfect balance, to be honest. Now we're gonna take this brush and we're gonna clean all the spokes. Okay, so we're gonna repeat the same process on all 4 wheels. And what we're going to do at the same time is we're basically gonna foam the entire car. We're gonna use our foam cannon to put foam all over the car, including the wheels. And while we're cleaning the wheels, we're gonna let the foam dwell on the paint so it starts encapsulating and break down all the grime, all the dust, all the dirt. So that way it becomes easier when we do our contact wash. And our contact wash, we're gonna use a rinseless solution, so we're not gonna use the foam anymore. So that's what makes this wash a little bit different, and I'm gonna tell you why I think it's the most efficient. Okay, so like I mentioned, we're gonna use our foam cannon to put foam all over the whole car. Okay, so as we let the foam dwell, we're gonna continue working on all the other wheels, and then we're gonna rinse the foam off. Okay, so now that we had a couple minutes of the foam dwelling on the vehicle and breaking down the grime and the dirt, now we're gonna rinse it off so that we can get all the loose debris, all the loose grime, all the loose dirt off of the paint. That way, when we go in with our contact wash, all we're gonna be removing at that point is the traffic film, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Before we did the pre-foam, there was a lot of debris and dust and dirt that was on the vehicle, but it's kind of the loose debris. So now at this point, it kind of looks clean, but there's still traffic film that is on the vehicle. So what is traffic film? Basically, traffic film is a combination of different things. For example, exhaust fumes, engine oil, antifreeze, different pollutants and things that get in the environment and in the drains and in the water. So when you drive your vehicle, those things are getting on your paint. And those things don't come off just with the pre-foam. That's where the contact wash is important. Traffic film is not so visibly apparent, but it's definitely there. But I want to show you the difference just with the pre-foam, how much it did. It looks like almost you don't need to wash it, but you still do. Okay, so as you can see, look at the sharp difference. Yes, the car's still wet, but you can tell that all that dirt and debris that was on the vehicle surfaces is now gone. So the car looks clean, almost as if it didn't need a contact wash. That's how clean, that's how effective the pre-foam stage is. However, we still do need to do the contact wash for sure. And there's still traffic film. So as you can see, the pre-foam got rid of most of the debris and dirt that was on the vehicle. Now someone might say, well, you could just use a pressure washer to do that. A pressure washer would do the same. However, it's not as effective. A pressure washer and water alone is not as effective at breaking down the tougher grime, the tougher dirt. However, the foam is effective when it comes to breaking down bug guts, bee poop, bird poop, things like that. And since most vehicles do have at least bug guts, that's why pre-foaming is much more effective than just using the pressure washer. Water alone is not as good at breaking down a lot of the things that get on the car. And that's why the pre-foam is more efficient. As I mentioned, we're gonna use rinseless solution for our contact wash. So some of the reasons why I believe that using a rinseless solution for your contact wash is more efficient than other wash methods is because at this point, after I do my contact wash with my rinseless solution, I'm not gonna have to rinse the vehicle afterwards. In other words, I'm gonna take my rinseless solution, I'm gonna wash my panel with it, right? And because of the benefit and technology of rinseless solution, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and just dry the vehicle. I don't have to rinse it compared to if I was using foam. So if I was using foam, I would have to wash the vehicle and then rinse off the foam. But because of the rinseless, I don't have to rinse off any foam and I can go straight into the drying. And the second benefit about that is rinseless solution is very lubricating as well. So I technically don't have to use a drying aid. Now, if I wanted to use a drying aid, I could, but technically I don't have to use a drying aid because the rinseless solution is a drying aid of itself. It has enough lubricants in itself to be my drying aid. Now, if I wanted to, I can use a detailer spray, or I can use a spray wax or a spray sealant and use it as a drying aid, but technically I don't have to. And then the last reason why I think it's more beneficial is because if I was using the traditional foam wash, I would have to rinse it off, which would use more water. So by using a rinseless solution, I'm using less water. And because mostly I'm a mobile detailer, water preservation is important to me. Because I have a limited amount of water in my water tank, I want to use as less water as possible when detailing every vehicle. So using the rinseless wash as my contact wash is shaving off that last rinse. It's basically getting rid of that step, which is being more efficient and saving more water. So those are the reasons why I believe a rinseless solution as your contact wash is more beneficial. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the whole vehicle. Okay, so this is how the water looks after we did our contact wash. And as you can see, it's no longer clear like it was when it was new. The water is dirty, and it just showcases that there absolutely was a traffic film left behind on the vehicle, and you still do need to do your contact wash. But as you can see, the water is dirty, just to show you that the rinseless wash does do a great job at cleaning. All right, so we're done washing the vehicle. We achieved great results and it looks fantastic. So just to recap, the 3 reasons why using a rinseless wash for your contact wash may be more efficient is number 1, because you're shaving off one whole step, which is rinsing at the end. So at the end, we don't have to rinse. We're getting rid of that step. We're just washing and drying right after. So it's more efficient. And number 2 is we don't have to use a drying aid, because the rinseless solution is a drying aid of itself. And number 3 is we're preserving more water. We're using less water because we're not rinsing at the end. So if you're a mobile detailer and you have a limited amount of water in your water tank, then it can be very beneficial for you. So let me know, guys, have you tried this type of wash? And what were your results? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so it can reach more people. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.